Savage here, Brent here, and today I will be doing another video game news video. If you haven't watched my first episode, because I'm on episode 2 right now, if you haven't watched that, go watch that right now. And without out of the way, let's get into it. Basically, for the first thing I'm going to talk about is Pac-Man Champion Edition 2 Plus is coming out for the Switch and on February 2018 this year, so that's going to be exciting. I really wanted another Pac-Man game to actually be on the Switch. There technically isn't a Pac-Man game, but there is a way to play Pac-Man on the Nintendo Switch. But I'm glad to see an official just playing Pac-Man game on the Nintendo Switch. I think the Switch needed another game from Bandai Namco really badly. And so I'm glad that this is coming to Switch. I actually might get this game. And sadly for the PS4, PS2 games are basically slowing down the releases for these PS2 games from an article that I found which says this. Until last week, a scroll through the PS2 on PS4 section told the story of how poorly the PS2 library has been offered to PS4 owners. There is very little from Sony's own roster of excellent exclusive PlayStation 2 games. There are no God of Wars, no Gran Turismos, no Ratchet and Clanks, and no Sly Coopers. Iconic third-party greats like Final Fantasy X, Metal Gear Solid 3, Silent Hill 2, and Katamari Damacy are missing too instead. Sony has been offering a clutch of the odder, though admittedly sometimes excellent PlayStation 2 games it published, the likes of Siren Rogue, Galaxy, and Twisted Metal Black. The third party offering is a weird grab of Psychonauts, Resident Evil Code, Veronica X, The King of Fighters 2000, Red Faction 2, and a couple dozen others. Rockstar Games stands out, selling a dozen PS2 games, including 5 Grand Theft Autos. And if you want to look at Wikipedia about all the games from the from the PS2 on the PS4, you can go check that out, it says in the article. Which is pretty surprising that PS2 games are starting to slow down on the PS4, because some of the PS2 games I played, they're really good, but yet I can't seem to find them on PlayStation 4, which I find really weird, because games like God of Wars are really good, and Final Fantasy X and stuff like that. I'm surprised those games aren't even on the PS4 from the PS2. So I don't know what's that all about. Hopefully, Sony resolves this issue, because it could get really bad, and some people will get really mad if some of their favorite PS2 games don't get onto the PlayStation 4. I can't believe it, but Brawlout is coming out for the Switch sometime tomorrow, and to other platforms sometime 2018. But the interesting part is it's competing with Super Smash Bros. And since there is no Super Smash Bros. For the Switch, this gives it a huge head start on gaining a proper gaming community for this game. And I found this out from the article, and this is part of the article. It says this: just by living in the same genre, there are always going to be fans of Smash Bros. Who find similarities. Angry Mob CEO Bogdan Elusiu told Engadget, which basically is a CEO. Bogdan Elusiu is a CEO of the company Angry Mob, who is making Brawlout, and he's telling Engadget this. But Brawlout is much more closely related to traditional fighting games like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. We focus heavily on aggressive mechanics so that new players will be able to easily nail impressive combos while not feeling overwhelmed by friends who've had a bit more practice. It's easy to learn and difficult to master, which we think is a good way to appeal to both casual players and gamers looking to dedicate the time to owning their skills to become pros. Basically, from this paragraph in the article, it's basically saying something that Super Smash Bros. Does. Brawlout basically does the same thing as Super Smash Bros. Does. It's really easy to play, just like Super Smash Bros. And it's really hard to master, just like Super Smash Bros. Brawlout is basically taking what Super Smash Bros. Does and is making it into a new game. But for the roster, there's only 8 characters, but they'll eventually add more characters to the roster of Brawlout eventually throughout the months of it being out and stuff like that. So that's a good thing because only 8 players for a roster, that's really bad. But good thing it's getting more people in the roster. But surprisingly, this game is coming out to Nintendo Switch first, probably to get the people who like Super Smash Bros. To buy Brawlout, because so they could get an even bigger gaming community advantage from that. And then a few months later, sometime in 2018, it'll come out for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Steam, also surprisingly. So it's going to be on all major platforms. Now I will be talking about something interesting that caught my eye, and this isn't really like new news. I just wanted to put in this video because I actually have never seen this before, and so I wanted to put this in my video. So basically, a 9-year-old got an Xbox One S for free from Microsoft, and here's the story on that. Basically, Microsoft was in the giving spirit recently after it discovered a 9-year-old boy from Ohio who did a good deed. Earlier this month, Micah Fry told his grandmother that rather than get a $300 Xbox One S that he wanted for Christmas, he preferred she use that cash to buy 30 $10 blankets for homeless people he saw on the streets in the bitter cold. His story quickly went viral around the Cleveland area after it was picked up by local news outlets. Fry told those outlets that he felt really good for helping those in need. It wasn't long before a local Microsoft store in a nearby town took notice of Fry's deed. So on Saturday, they invited him to the store where they gave him an Xbox One S, a second controller to go with the console, and a variety of games. A store employee thanked a beaming Fry, who was overjoyed at getting his new Xbox for what he did. So that is awesome that this kid who wanted to give blankets to the people that were poor, and because of that, he got an Xbox One X for free from Microsoft with a bunch of games and 2 controllers, which is pretty sweet. That's awesome that Microsoft did that and gave this 9-year-old an Xbox One S. So I find this story really interesting stuff because I haven't seen any story from that ever about any kid getting a console from a company for free. So there have been a lot of great games coming out for Nintendo Switch, but they seem to be more expensive than games on the other consoles. When they release those games for those consoles, it costs less, and there appears to be the same thing happening to Payday 2, sadly, which is a game coming out for Switch in 2018, which is awesome. Which is awesome but they really need to stop releasing games for the Switch that are overpriced. Really, good thing Payday 2 is only costing $50 and $60 like most Switch games when they are released. But it really, I really hope that this stops because no one will really want to buy Switch games because they're going to be broke practically from buying all these games for the Switch because they cost so much. But I am happy that Payday 2 is going to Switch because Switch really does need another great third party game for the Switch next year and stuff because we don't know about like too many games besides Wolfenstein 2 coming out for the Switch next year. But I really hope that the stuff that they put into the game for Payday 2 will be all the stuff that would make it worth $50. People have been hoping for Mega Man Legends because people have thought that Capcom forgot about Mega Man until they released a trailer for Mega Man 11 out of nowhere a few weeks ago, and it's coming out for Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and I'm pretty sure PC and stuff. And people were wondering if there'd be a new Mega Man Legends game or something like that that they'll make for the consoles and stuff like that because they're making a new Mega Man game, Mega Man 11. So people have had their hopes up for that. And from a recent article that I found on the internet, it seems that Capcom is interested in making a new Mega Man Legends game. It says this year. I'm one of those people who thinks that actions speak louder than words, says Oda. I could say all kinds of things, but at the end of the day, I'd like fans to see that they're taking it seriously by starting to resurrect the brand in the way that we are going and to continue to prove ourselves moving forward. I love reading survey data. It's a great pastime, and I'm well aware that there is a voice out there that wants something new from games like Mega Man Legends and Battle Network, which makes me believe that they might make like a new Mega Man Legends game because they know that their fans want a new Mega Man Legends game, so they might actually get what they want. They actually might get a Mega Man Legends game for all the consoles and PC and stuff like that since they released Mega Man 11, a game that people have been waiting years for and gave up hope for. So I'm pretty sure that Mega Man Legends could possibly come out. This is of course a little bit of speculation with some evidence, but there isn't enough evidence to say for sure if Mega Man Legends would ever get a new game. But hopefully it does. Now on to the next thing. So Kingdom Hearts 3, a big game that people have been hyping about for a long time, like a few years or so, and stuff, and people have been really hyped about, and I found an article today about the Kingdom Hearts 3 release date being leaked. So basically, this is what it says from this article. Kingdom Hearts 3 is another big game that console fans are hoping will arrive in 2018. Currently only confirmed for PS4 and Xbox One. The popular Square Enix project has seen a lot of delays in its development cycle. The new launch window does put the Kingdom Hearts 3 release date during 2018. Although fans are still waiting for a crucial update on what month it will arrive, but while Square Enix are still tight to lift on that front, a recent retail listing has sparked talk of another long wait. Target recently changed their placeholder date to November 1st, 2018, something that caught the eyes of fans. Which I find really interesting that Target has actually put a placeholder date, so it probably will release possibly in like October or in late November or something like that, or possibly even December. But at least this gives us further information on about like what day or I mean month when Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. I'm glad Kingdom Hearts 3 finally got a release date. Well, sort of a release date. On when it's going to come out. It's confirmed to come out this year, so that's good. And sometime around November, so that's good that we know that. And so because I've been waiting years for this game, and now it's finally going to come out. It could even possibly come out for Switch in 2019, or if Square Enix starts development on this game for Switch now or sometime next year, they could make it like in December or something. But I doubt that'll happen. It would be cool though if that happened. But now on to the next thing. So the next Legend of Zelda game is in development from what it says in the Masterworks, which is a book that was made in Japan. And from the looks of it, it actually confirms the fact that they're making a new Zelda game in development right now. I have some theories about this. For my theory that I'm proposing is that this next Zelda game will be a sequel to Breath of the Wild because they're done with the DLC, but they need to tell us what happens after Ganon is defeated and if you build Hyrule or not. So I'm betting it's going to be a game where you rebuild Hyrule and stuff and go to each four divine beasts and recruit the new champions, even though I doubt that'll happen since this is a sequel, it's not DLC, Pack 2 or anything like that. So it's going to probably be a Breath of the Wild sequel, which I'm so excited about. And that's all the news I have to say today. And without, Savage here, Brian, out.